Welcome back, everybody. Once again here, drawing some cool shit. Kind of hot, kind of sexy. At least I think so. Although her face, not that great. Also, kind of posting late on a Monday. Today was chaos. I have a guy that had to do some driving in the morning. I woke up late from last night because I went to bed late last night. If you saw my community post, it was like around like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I think. So obviously it was like KO'd until like 10 a.m. And then I had to drive my uncle to the airport, and then my mom to the therapy, and then shit happens during the day, and I had to stream, so there was no time for me to record the voiceover for this video until now at 11:49 p.m. Yay, time. Anyways, welcome back. This is a piece representing myself finding a new path to follow towards my goal and or my dream. You know, so if you recall, if you've seen my videos before, the one of them I spoke about how like I've like been stuck with like in this spiral of negativity, and I was at least stuck in that negativity, but now I'm out of it. And you know, when I was there, I was more focused on what I couldn't do or what I didn't have, like, you know, negative stuff, rather than being thankful and realizing that I have more positive going on for me than the negatives that may be around me, you know. And it's all a change of perspective, you know, so you have to just kind of get out of the rut, and sometimes it takes a while to get out of the rut, and sometimes you need help to get out of the rut, you know. You can't expect yourself to get out of the rut by yourself every time, all the time. It's okay to rely on people. Luckily for me, you know, I have my dope ass brother, my family, my mom, and my grandma, my sister, but definitely shout out to my brother. And yeah, so I started drawing this one for first on with another post, another composition more or less, but it wasn't working, and I didn't have any references for what I was doing. Like, I knew what I wanted to draw, but I always like to draw with some references to better execute poses for like bodies and whatnot. So after I did some research to look for pictures, I started drawing it again, and the scale was kind of off, so I had to like maneuver and change some stuff along the way. Outfit was also made on the fly, so you'll see me editing the way that she's dressed a couple of times during the process. But yeah, so again, this is just an illustration of me realizing that I have it a lot better than I gave my life credit for, you know. And it reminded me of this saying that it's misquoted from Alice in Wonderland, but it is accredited to Alice in Wonderland, where it says like, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. And that's like where I'm at, right? Like, any road will take me to any place because I don't have a preset destination. So one road is not better than the other. However, progress is still progress. And since I've been focusing in improving my art and being more active with my artwork, it has made me feel better this past few weeks, since I started doing the YouTube videos more often this year. I've been feeling pretty dope about myself, you know. The channel is very old. I've been posting videos for quite a while, but with no consistency prior to now. Now is like the first time that I'm actually taking it seriously, and I haven't cracked the code yet. You know, my views are not like astronomically dope, but I've been having fun making these pieces, you know. It's become something that I look forward to doing just because I am excited to see what I'm gonna create, rather than expecting a number of people to watch the video. I appreciate you guys watching the video, for those that do, and for those that leave comments. I wholeheartedly appreciate you guys a ton. But yeah, it has become something that I like to draw. I like to do on a weekly basis because I am a fan of my work. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it, but I am a huge fan of what I do, and I love watching my process. I listen to my videos afterwards, so I can tell what's going on or what I did wrong or right. Like last week, I should have been a bit more energetic, but I pushed myself to do the video and a bit late. And full disclosure, I was a little bit high, so a little less energy than usual for me last week. But nonetheless, I had the video done. The piece was drawn. It looked dope. I'm super happy with it. And this one the same way. So this one is another piece that I'm pretty proud of. Not high, but pretty proud of the outcome. The outfit, I like it, and I gave her more like a I'm not Amazonian, but like she looks like she's kind of like battle ready or sort of. You know, she has like a bandage wrapped around her left arm on like the elbow area. Now here at this stage, her hand has like a glove of sorts with a gem on it to kind of symbolize some sort of, I don't know, like maybe like source of power. I had like made it so that like it would come out, like have like little like magical like elements around it, but that just started to take away from the lighting setup that I had, which was this lantern. And having a very specific light source always makes it easier to render, but this time around it was very challenging to get the values right for me. So it took me longer to complete, even though when you see here when I started doing the water the ink wash application right now, you'll see that it looks pretty nicely rendered pretty quickly, but that's because of how the camera is set up to like the exposure, so it looks a lot more rendered than it did in real life. It actually like stumped me. I would look at my drawing, you know, on my table, this one I'm using here, and then I would look at it on the screen, and on the screen it would look like I was already done. I'm like, but I'm still like building the values, like how, huh? So then I tried to like maneuver the exposure, and that wasn't working. So I just realized like, oh, it's just that's how the camera perceives it, but it's not reality. So anyways, I kept on working, and I like how it turned out. The lighting, the light source itself, the lantern, it could have been a little bit better diffused or like portrayed in this piece, but it didn't come out bad. I'm so happy with the overall direction that the light has. I had a little bit of trouble rendering the top part of her breast area, like the chest, just because again there's such a bright light source so close to her that it wouldn't allow for too many shadows to define shapes and like difference in height per se, you know, like when like things kind of like bulge out more than others, you know, like it if you have a further out light and it's a bit more directional, things cast more shadows. But in this case, I struggled with having to render everything, and since I'm not good at drawing faces at all yet, I mean, I'm all right, I'm okay, sometimes I do better than others. This one, not good at all. She does look high at the end of the drawing, and I'll show you. But yeah, the proximity of the light to the character made it a bit hard for me to like fully grasp how much brightness I needed right off the bat. Like right now here, I'm like, all right, that looks kind of like done, but it's not bright enough, you know, it has to be like even brighter. But then it's like, well, how do I keep these values separate enough that you can tell the direction of the light and shapes and forms in the body? It was a struggle. It was definitely, it just felt different. And even if I had like some sort of doubt, I just kept on telling myself like, well, this is what it is, so it just might as well go for it and finish it. You know, we don't have time to run away from it. And because I always do these on the Sunday, so I'll think about it during the week, and then after I have an idea, I'll record it on the Sunday. Usually on the Sunday. I try to do it earlier if I can, but more often than not, I end up recording it on a Sunday afternoon after I eat dinner. And I just go for however long I think that the piece needs. Right here, I lost her clavicles. I was trying to bring them back, but they vanish anyway. So not until the end do I manage to bring out the clavicles. And the clavicles, for those that might not know, are the bones that are right by the base of your neck. So if you touch yourself on the neck, on the bottom, there's two little nubbies sticking out. So those are the end bits of the bone that would lead onto your shoulder. And that's actually a good way to like find the shoulders on your character. It's by drawing the clavicles and it's just following them outwards, and then they eventually end up on the shoulder. So right now, see how this face is right now, the face looks like, it looks okay-ish, but at the end, oof, terrible. Very terrible. And yeah. And also, I started using the ink from that little container that you see, but from dry. So I'm treating it more as if it were like a gouache painting, like a gouache paint that you can reactivate with water, and it works well. I'm still not a fan of the Dr. P.H. Martin's ink, to be honest. I'm gonna have to get more deleter ink, because the deleter ink is just better in my opinion. It has better flow. It blends better, or like it mixes better with water. I might be doing it wrong, so if you guys know how to properly mix bleed proof white ink from Dr. P.H. Martin, let me know in the comments, because again, I'm not too sure and I'm not too happy with it. It doesn't flow as nicely. And for example, like the deleter ink number 2 or number 1, was it? One of the two, number 1 I think. Anyway, one of the deleter ink in general, whether regardless of the number, when you use it with water, it flows nicer, even if I'm getting it from like a dry bit, or from, like a dry pad, a little pad, whatever, like the little dry bit of ink in the container. It works better. It reactivates a lot better than this one. This one, to reactivate it, once it's dry, you use water and you have to kind of like massage it a bit more, because it comes out very clumpy when you reactivate it. And so that's a bit more work. It doesn't take that long, but it's just extra work that you have to do to reactivate it and make the flow of the ink more smooth, like smoother than otherwise. Because every ink that you buy that's white, they come very pasty. They're not pasty or creamy. This one's very pasty. The deleter ink is very creamy. It's a bit more fluid than Dr. P.H. Martin's ink. It's not a bad ink, this one. It's just, I don't like the flow. I don't like how stocky, or like how, I don't know, it's just, it's a sticky, I don't know, I don't like the consistency. It doesn't vibe with me. That's all I have though, but I'm gonna try to get another deleter soon, when I order the toned paper for Inktober. I'm not gonna do the Inktober list. I've only ever done the list once in the 6+ years that I've been doing Inktober. I like coming up with ideas on the fly. But yeah. But now see, down here it looks very blown out. Oh, not very blown out, but it looks very like lit. And even at this stage of the process, the white ink still has this kind of like dullness to it that the deleter ink doesn't have, and that's what I miss. I miss that about white ink. But yeah, so this is what I drew. I liked it. It came out pretty hot. I like how I treated the light, although I could have done better, but I was wetting the paper so much that I couldn't get like a glow from the actual lantern. But that would be all for now. Thanks so much for being here. Sorry for the late post. I haven't done the lighting touch up on the previous piece yet. I haven't had time to do that, so I haven't gotten around to it yet. But as soon as I get to it, I'll post it on the community a community post on here on YouTube. And I've been pretty active now on Blue Sky, so if you guys want to like follow me on Blue Sky, it's the same name, Vorndor. I've been pretty active there, posting art, like older art and other stuff there. I like it. It feels a lot more organic than every other social media, to me at least. I'm not saying that it's the best social media, but it feels nicer than like Twitter or Instagram to me. But yeah, enough rambling on my end. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you on the next video. And if you want to watch another one of my videos, you can try the videos that are gonna pop up right now on the bottom. And yeah, thanks again. I appreciate you all for coming back, and I wish you all a fantastic rest of your week, And remember to be kind to yourself. Man, be kind to yourself. You deserve it. You're amazing. And sometimes shit just gets hard, and it's okay to struggle a bit, As long as you find a way to make it through, it's okay to struggle. But yeah, I'll see. Look, boom, her face looks high as fuck. Anyways, have a good night, guys. Take care. Peace. Peace.